Alright, part 2 of the CM18 by G&G, Mod 1. So, I'm going to just put it back together, and if we have enough time at the end, I'll do a review. If not, I'll just go ahead and do a part 3. Yeah, so let's jump into it. I just lost train of thought there for a minute, and I don't know why. So, we're just going to start off by putting the gearbox back in. Nothing too special. In fact, pretty straightforward. Pretty easy. And again, that safety and fire selector kind of helps if you have it in the semi-auto. And just make sure the gearbox sits in there nice and snug-like. And then take this, take that same pin and put it in where this piece up here, where it's the rough stuff, goes in last. So you just kind of let it go in there, and then just push it through. Very simple, very easy. Maybe give it a nice tap. Make sure it goes in all the way, and then it should be nice and flush. And then gearbox isn't moving. You can go ahead and take the other pin, put that in the rear on the right side, not the wrong side. That would have been embarrassing. Make sure that's nice and in there, nice and snug. Make sure your fire selector is operating correctly. There's no weird sounds, weird movements. Movement isn't restricted. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I found him. That would have been bad. I would have had to restart. That would have sucked. Alright. So I did what you really shouldn't do and try to avoid, which is going to suck trying to put these back in on video. So we'll just go ahead and put those in like that. Just feed these wires through on the right. Try to keep them from crossing, because that will keep your motor from going in correctly, and it'll keep it from going into the gearbox like it needs to. So if you just keep those in there nice and right, and then get the gearbox in there. Put the screws in. Grab that second screw. This is why you just want to keep nice and neat and try to keep them from falling out. Oh, I got lucky. Did I? I didn't get lucky. Son of a bitch. Oh wait, yes I did. Alright. I am good. Alright, now, this is where I really hated it, and this is what took me the longest, was trying to get this back in. So on the motor itself, it has painting on one of the connectors, or right next to the connector. So the connector is on the back side of the motor, on either side, and make sure the red goes to red. Otherwise you will be having some serious issues, and you might have to get a new probably new battery, maybe new motor, and that wouldn't be very good. So put your black connector in first, your negative. Shit. So go ahead and put your negative in first. And it will click. or it'll give that satisfying punch in. And then try to not jam the wire in, but make sure the red wire sits in there nice and comfortable like. And then the black wire should go in front of the hole. That way everything goes in nice and smooth. And then take your motor plate and try to line it up as easy as possible. So just like that. And what I did is I put the rear motor mount in first. The rear screw, and this is a 2 Allen. And then the front one is pretty easy after that. If you do it reverse, it might prove difficult. So just take my word for it. Okay. Don't tighten the front too tight, and then go back to the rear and tighten that down pretty hard. And there you go. Alright, so from here on out, it's pretty straightforward and simple. We'll go ahead and just take your sling point and put that back on, making sure not to crunch any wires and make it as smooth as possible. And then make sure your connectors get back to the right spots, and try to get them in perfectly so that they snap. Because you'll know when you get it in right, because it'll have this satisfying kind of crisp connection. And yeah, then you just want to kind of like pull this out and make sure your screw goes in to the hole, fit it in over it, and bam. Now take your Phillips head and put that screw back in the buffer tube. There we go. It's hard to see when you can't see, huh? See them going in. I'm sorry guys, this is very sloppy. We're already at 8 minutes. There we go. Make sure that's nice and snug. You don't want it to jingle around. You want it to be nice and smooth. And next, you want to put the magazine release back in. Holes go through holes. Don't take that out of context. So first you get that rod in there, and then you take the spring, put it over the rod, and then you have the screw and the button. Put that back on top, and again that's going to be an Allen head. I'm going to try to hurry up a little so this stays under 11 minutes, because I'm pretty sure the other video is still uploading, and yeah. Go ahead and test it out, make sure it works right, and then after that go ahead and take your barrel assembly, make sure everything fits nice, go ahead and fit it over. Why isn't it going in? Important questions here. There we go. And grab your push your pin in. pretty much all together. Then you can take your rail system, put that back on. Alright. And then that's too big. Damn it. Didn't work. Alright. From there, you can just shove the fuse back in there into the buffer tube and make sure no wires are getting crimped. And you take your buffer tube, or not your buffer tube, that's definitely not a buffer tube, it is definitely crane stock. Take your crane stock and you just slide it over and pull, and then bam. And there you go, guys. The G&G CM18 AEG Mod 1 completed, taken apart, put back together, and since it is at 12 minutes, I'm going to cut it off now, and part 3 coming to you with the review. Yeah, bye.